What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. And we have this quest here we picked up from Emmrich last time. We go into Blackthorne Manor, which I guess is the second haunted mansion of this game, if that's what it ends up being. Getting treat to multiples. I got my hot cocoa, so I'm locked in and ready to go. I do want to take care of the side stuff before we go ahead and get Davrin's quest done. Since we killed Zara in Bloodbath, we might actually get the Griffins back in this part of Davrin's quest. Maybe I'm closer to the end of the game than I felt like I was. I mean, we do still gotta whoop Gillenane's ass before we start going for Elganon, but we might be getting up there. We finally sunk in our romance with Nev too, so it would make sense that we're getting somewhere close to the end. Usually in BioWare games, you don't actually get to lock that in and sink it in for scenes and stuff until right up on the last mission, so I know that's how it worked in all the Mass Effect games. I mean, in Mass Effect 1, you don't get your scene with Ashley until literally right before the final mission of the game.
So, Blackthorne Manor. Let's hope that Necromancer working with the Venatori is around.
There's a malaise amongst the spirits here. Some form of confinement. This must be the place.
Right. So, why do we bring that?
Oh, it's
The creepy
essential we
factor.
have the Hand of Glory.
I'm just grateful you know what to do with it.
It's a fascinating
Well, I
piece.
ain't touching that
The
thing.
magic laid upon a Hand of Glory is complex. Whoever killed its donor left their mark.
So it'll lead us to whoever cut it off.
Precisely. Most likely the necromancer who's been helping the Venatori. It would have taken extraordinary skill to layer the involutions on this artifact. What a waste of talent.
Bet whoever owned that hand agrees with you.
We'll put an end to whatever's happening in this manor. That, I promise.
Sounds like fun.
Forbidden necromancy can twist spirits. We must find this death mage and stop whatever they've done to them.
By the way, I am still going to remaster the Mass Effect trilogy on my channel. We are still doing that. I likely throw in Andromeda there too, because while Andromeda's story and all that stuff is not exactly the best, the combat is still phenomenal. So you apply weaken, you detonate sundered. Do you have anything in your skills that can work with me here? You detonate sundered. That's just necrotic damage. You apply. So we definitely want to get his ability to apply weakened up. On a critical hit applies chilled. On a critical hit applies necrosis. Let's get that cooldown for now. And that's this ability, okay. As long as, I mean, right now both my companions can apply weaken, so I'll be having plenty of detonation opportunities with my big slam. We're generating quite hefty amounts of rage now. What was I talking about? The the Mass Effect series remaster I'm going to do on my channel. So basically, when I took a little break from recording, when I came back, I just wasn't really happy with the quality of some of my series, and that includes the original Assassin's Creed games too. So they'll also be getting remastered. Basically, I just wasn't happy with the quality. I didn't like how they came out, and so I deleted them, and I'm going to remake them. That is still on my to-do list. I just have a couple things I want to do first, but we are very much still doing all of that. Here lies Lord Stadard Lidlow Blackthorne, last of his line. His life and death spanned the years. The inscription erodes mid-word. I'm actually quite excited to go ahead and replay the original Mass Effect trilogy. That is my favorite game in trilogy. None of them are my favorite game, period. But man, do I love that trilogy as a... If you look at that trilogy as one game, it is phenomenal. And... I almost said Mass Effect. BioWare managed to do what Dragon Age never did with Mass Effect. They actually managed to tell one cohesive story all the way through with all the same characters and stuff like that. So you actually get everything you could ever possibly want out of that. It stays consistent and very good the whole time. Let's do that. Let's do that. And you can just chill everybody, I guess. Put down the bonus damage. And give it a little spin to win. Got.
Did you notice? There are far fewer corpses here than there should be.
Where are they?
I suspect the necromancer in this place has already helped themselves to these crypts.
Yeah, I suspect that too. Plus, the roster of characters in the Mass Effect trilogy is just phenomenal. You got Garrus, you got Rex, you got Grunt, you got Jack, Tali, Miranda. It's very good. Of course, you have Lara as well. Lara Tassoni. Or Liara, sorry, not Lara. Have Lara Croft on the brain. I was thinking about buying that remastered trilogy on Steam and putting that on the channel too, just to collect some of my childhood thoughts. Played the shit out of those games when I was a kid on PS2, I think, is when those games were a thing. I played the hell out of them. Okay, so that just loops around, so it's done down. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Liara Tassoni is really good. Jack is really good. The Elusive Man is one of my favorite villains in gaming, period. Even his own little, like, theme song. Now, I know a lot of people think that Mass Effect 3 stumbles towards the end of its life, but I like that game. The final decision coming down to, you know, red, blue, or green is a little lackluster, but ultimately the ending you get out of that is the one that I wanted, right? I mean, in my opinion, Destroy is the best ending that you could possibly get in Mass Effect. I think if you don't pick Destroy, you kind of miss the point of the series. Of course, I'll get way more into that when we actually do that series, though.
Let's go look.
Nice place for nefarious plans.
You think? Yeah, I'm a very big fan of Mass Effect. I have a lot of fun putting that on the channel. I did the first time I did it, and now that I have a better mic, a better PC, and I'm a little more capable of making series, I think skill-wise, because it definitely is a skill, you know, talking, shooting the shit. Trying to get everything to be concise and make sense and wrapped up all nice in a bow. It's definitely a skill. And I have acquired more skill at this since the last time I recorded those. I think I'll be able to do them much more justice this time. I'll probably give them the exact same treatment I gave Origins, so we'll go through the codexes, we'll read, we'll talk about lore, we'll do all that fun stuff, because I love doing that in Mass Effect anyway. Like, Dragon Age Origins does it really good, and I'd say that Mass Effect has that kind of quality of world building and political natures and character motivations. I'd say they maintain that skill throughout the whole trilogy. So
Sigils. They can't be.
Mass Effect, to me, is like getting 3 Dragon Age Origins. That's kind of how I look at that. There's so much to dive into and to talk about and to consider and discuss as you play. So much that goes into the decisions you make as a character. And of course, they track through the whole trilogy too, so everything you do matters. Which is very nice. It makes going through the side quests you played like 100 times still worth playing and, you know, going through for the 101 time. It's because, you know, it brings an effect and it makes a certain NPC appear in a certain place, or a certain conversation go a better way where you get more war resources in the end. Like, good stuff. There's a lot there, and I'll do my best to unpack all that when we get to that game. Veilguard is much more of a hack and slash. Notes and calculations. Sinking a stable tether here was worth the effort. No prying visitors so far. Time to plot the etheric variables. A joy after patching up the corpses in the Blackthorne's crypts. I must find better guards for my work. Like, there's been some stuff to dip into and consider. Weishaupt is still the highlight of the game for me so far, but maybe they'll improve on that at some point. Maybe it'll have another moment like that, hopefully.
Evocation with an inversion in the higher seals. Our rogue necromancer has hidden something terrible behind this door.
Can you open it?
The door's seals are drawing on magic elsewhere in the manor, fueled by suffering.
Let's put an end to that and get this door open.
The Hand of Glory points to the northeast and southwest.
Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. That's the skeleton key, so we can go open that door that was locked up now. Yeah, Weishaupt was really good, but I feel like in terms of lore discussion, just trying to like dive into stuff, the reason why I didn't end up giving this game its own codex series is because a lot of the codexes it's presented me were either directly disagreeing with the codexes I previously read in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, or they were just kind of repeating themselves, so I didn't feel the need to drop a codex reading series on this one. But
Self-lighting candles.
when I do,
Back home,
when I do Dragon Age 2,
That would be myrrh,
do that, of
a
course.
popular embalming resin.
Figures. Good to know.
Do you get many cases involving candles?
You'd be surprised.
Man, I'm excited for Dragon Age 2 as well. The Arashok is, again, another one of my favorite BioWare villains. It's unfortunate that the Qunari, at least in my opinion, I think the Qunari have been kind of done dirty in this game.
No one knows why the Blackthorns abandoned their manor. Rumor hinted at a family tragedy. Perfect spot for a wayward necromancer to work unnoticed.
That's crazy. Die. You have like 2 health. Locked up tight. Not too hard.
Feels like there's eyes on us.
This section of the house seems displeased to host new guests. Perhaps we've discovered a hint of what drove away the Blackthorn.
Hello. Hello, cheeky hidden room. Seneschal's Notebook. Recent acquisitions. 24 goblets of Seralt glass. A landscape by Lapaglia. An antique bronze whistle, courtesy of the young master, with an old Tavine inscription. Quis est qui unit. Young Lady Felicity tried the whistle. Peculiar sound. Her brother continues his dig, and discern he's found an ancestral ruin. Last night, he claimed to see a figure by the cliffs. The huntsman will investigate.
That note hints
Warden
at the
chest down here, too.
tragedy that befell this place. Quis est ista qui uenet. An old invocation, and dangerous.
What did it summon?
Something best not described, lest we renew its attention.
We wouldn't want to do that. It doesn't seem like there's any significance of what kind of chest is in what location. I know that's kind of a nitpick, because I guess from a certain perspective it doesn't really matter if a chest is in the location it should be, but like, why is there a warden chest down here? And why isn't there warden loot in the warden chests? Seems like they just kind of like copy pasted the griffin heads onto some chests in some random places to add some variation in chests that you find, but that doesn't really make sense for anything else. Like, why is there a warden chest in Blackthorne Manor? And why doesn't it have anything to do with wardens when you open it? Guess what we came as. Now we can run back. Yeah, I know that's a little bit of a nitpick, but stuff like that bugs me. It's like, oh, there's a warden chest. My people were here. Wonder what's going on. And then, nada. Now, did I fuck myself over? No, I didn't. That's right. We found it. I was worried I wouldn't remember where the door was for a second though. Hello.
No! What have they done?
This looks bad.
Sacrifices, both spirit and human.
And demons.
Let's get him first. You can just pull it up. Big bomb.
We're taking fire!
Flame weapons up and running here. More big bonks.
My job's done. Your turn.
I'll give him a string of big bonks too.
Now what?
I must free the spirit bound here.
Let me get to work. Get you back.
Emmrich.
Someone's been harvesting their terror. Their souls! How dare they? What are they Come, I can sense another spirit trapped here in the mansion.
Harvesting their souls and their terror. Well, it seems like death mages don't all think the same, huh? This one seems like he looks at spirits like blood mages look at people. Just poised to be used for fuel. Alright, where is this one? This door right here. You can just swing around to that. Yeah, I guess this death mage attended class in Minrathos.
Look at the door. Freeing one spirit has already weakened its seals.
Halfway there.
There's something off about the texture of the fade here.
That's never good.
It's been deliberately thinned. The spirits press closer than they should.
Well, based on the codex we read, it sounded like this death mage is trying to build a battalion of dead, basically. Grab that on our way back if we come back this way. Might end up having to use our ultimate on the stuff here. Oh, hold that though. That's with the main way, so what's yonder? Up and a skip. How are you? I was about to say, I know you gave me something for this jumping puzzle. I've expected that to be trapped. Come on, Rook. Okay, we're not going up there. You can drop down, buddy. Thank you. Let's go back. The balance. jumping on beams like that is actually quite hard to do. I don't know if you've ever done like obstacle course challenges, but that's pretty tough. Yeah, it's nice and short. This is the bed chambers, or used to be.
Another victim.
That's not all.
Let's do you first. You can do that. You do that, and I'll detonate. Use our ultimate too. Yeah, this game is so hack and slash. It's not bad. It's actually kind of fun, but it kind of is at the cost of the RPG nature that the series used to have. Which for a younger gaming audience is probably quite nice to them. I imagine not a lot of people from a younger generation would have the patience for a classical RPG.
I must.
As an RPG veteran, it does make all this feel a little lackluster. Kind of like a disconnected feeling because it's not so tactical and micromanaging. I'm just kind of like hacking and slashing and chopping that wood my way through.
Emmrich, you all right?
Someone's been stealing the life, the essence of people who knew they were facing death. The effects persist, but the door we saw earlier should be unsealed.
Hope that necromancer we're after is behind it.
Yeah, let's go say hello. Hopefully we can skin this dude. You got to kill Zara, so...
Extinguished. Excellent. Let's open that door.
Knock, knock.
Someone's torn a path into the Fade. It's imperative we find and stop this necromancer from keeping the Fade open.
This job gets better and better.
Emmrich, you could ask this little wisp to help us.
The door's locked.
It's the work of that rogue necromancer. They're already blocking our path. We must find a wisp to open it.
I guess we're skating around the side for it. Come here, little buddy. Thank you kindly.
Onwards. The hand of glory still points the way.
My ultimate back. Stuck that much more securely on the return tree. Treasure. Try down. Thank you, I already did.
Undead. This necromancer has brought once helpless undead into the Fade. Soldiers
And a rage demon.
won't look until we defeat them.
Come here, bitch.
Something's ready.
That's the last of them.
A rage demon and undead. The mage we're hunting throws quite a party.
Our rogue necromancer knows exactly where we are. Why have they gone to such lengths to drain power from spirits?
The obverse of reality, in the Fade, form does not spring from function. It is separate in ways the waking world cannot permit. Nightmare's corridors have no real-life counterparts. What determines which sections of the physical world are echoed in the Fade? Is there an underlying logic, or glacial patterns past comprehension? Do our collective fears and longings craft what we see? The will of a mage is especially potent. We may learn to shape the Fade's pathways, if we are ever mindful of the dangers this invites. Excerpted lecture from Professor Emmrich Volkaren, Advanced Studies of the Fade. Now, you wrote that, Emmrich. Perhaps it's a jilted apprentice. I see you. I see the chest. Is this perhaps a little puzzle going on here? Find out. I do believe it was. I'm glad I didn't decide to move on, assuming I would come back later. I'm just gonna have to eat that. They always do haunted mansions and spooky Fade stuff really well.
Down there, more victims.
I don't see that Rogue Necromancer yet.
I suspect they're nearby. Let's inspect their handiwork.
I hope they're nearby. I'd like a word.
Late as always, Professor.
It can't be.
But what else would one expect from Navarra's most eminent meddler?
Johanna Hesenkos.
You've met?
Oh, the Professor and I have known each other for ages. But only one of us realized the Watchers are no place for a mage with ambition.
Fuck this woman. Don't care about anything she says.
She's just trying to needle you.
Johanna always did make a sport of it.
Resentful prattling from the one left behind.
No. The stolen life in that lantern could permanently tear open the Fade here.
Correct. Only the foolhardy would shed blood near it in this state. So, let the Watchers mourn your pathetic death in the Fade, Emmrich Volkaren. Those that are left after my return.
I wasn't far off with the jilted apprentice.
No. What is she planning?
Alright.
Emmrich, we okay to fight?
Yes. Johanna took the lantern away.
Let's get you first.
That one, quickly! Attack from afar!
We're on fire. Look out!
On you, saying up here they're casting bullshit.
Finish it.
Solid blow!
Try.
What did Hesenkos do to that spirit?
I I'll try freeing it, but I fear the worst.
That was a beefy. We got some good stuff for you, Emmrich.
Nothing. The spirit, its essence, is gone. Johanna's trapped it in her lantern.
Then let's find her.
If we even can. It seemed like she was going back to the necropolis, or wanted to at least.
There's no way out.
Figures. So what now?
The Fade always provides a way forward. We only need to search for it.
Then let's get looking.
Maybe it's gonna be another one of those teleporting doors.
Candle. This wasn't here before.
Now, let me think. We're in a receptive eddy of the Fade, and since Johanna's spirit summoning has already focused its mana, do you recall the ritual we performed in the Grand Necropolis? Concentrate on that memory.
You mean when we were lighting candles?
Find some more, and
Here's that last candle.
excellent. Place them on the pedestals if you would.
Thought I saw one back there when we were fighting the shades.
Drift upon the echoes of the vast eternal dream. Let them form a new configuration. And with that,
Nice bone bridge.
All right. Let's leave this place behind.
we must find Johanna once we're out of here. This rift in the Fade will lie open until we deal with her.
It would be my pleasure, Emmrich.
You insufferable nuisances! How did you get out so quickly?
Not my first rodeo,
Where's
bitch.
His voice coming from?
The Hand of Glory resonates. It's pointing to the main hall.
Let's go.
I can feel Johanna summoning hostile spirits. That portal into the Fade won't close until we defeat them.
But we still can't attack Hezenkos herself while she's holding that lantern.
The entire countryside would be torn apart in a maelstrom.
Let's make sure that doesn't happen.
So you crawled your way out of the Fade.
It's not difficult for those who treat spirits better than tools to an end, Johanna.
Sentimental drivel. You may have stopped my work here, but Navarra City will know its new ruler.
We doing this or not?
A death wish. You and Valkaran must be quite the pair. Though the professor clearly avoided mentioning his old colleague in exile.
We made every attempt to bring you to reason.
I gave you every chance to join me instead of whining endlessly about your mortality. But I must thank you for returning something dear to me. Lovely to have my hand back.
This is a little goofy. Okay, not the click.
I'd exchanged it with the Venatori for some favors after entering this condition.
Johanna, what have you done?
What you never had the courage to.
That would be a pride demon. Oh, come on then.
For the record, I do not have to.
Johanna's escaped again.
Let's tell him why she has no eyes.
Afterwards, Rook.
level 40.
It's over.
Presently.
It's over. Emmrich, still sense anything wrong?
We were successful. Johanna's magic no longer changed the spirits, and the Fade is still.
Great. Okay. Let's talk back at the lighthouse.
Let me take a quick look around before that, Rook. I'm not ready to dip just yet. I guess I am, because I can't get up here. And it looks like all these doors are still barred off, so I guess we are ready to leave.
At least we freed those spirits from their suffering. Shall we depart?
Let's go.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
Gladly. Oh, the Song of the Chambers won't have anything on what Johanna's... Perhaps the Waking Scrolls? No. Manfred, have you seen the Fellmarch manuscript?
You and Manfred need an extra pair of eyes for whatever this is?
I suppose it's time I explained this mess.
At least to some degree.
Johanna Hesenkos was a watcher. She was banished for embracing the darker paths of our art. Forbidden magic, blood sacrifice, nothing is beyond her if it leads to power, recognition, or both.
Sounded like you knew her before all that.
We were friends, once.
I guess it was a shock to see her back there then.
An unexpected reunion. It wasn't always like this. She truly was brilliant, and we got on so well as students. We partnered on papers, rituals, research. Yet even then, Johanna considered the Watcher's oaths quaint. This isn't the first time we've crossed paths since she was exiled, but now I fear she's turned herself partly undead.
Partly undead. How does that even work?
Even after what she's done, I feel a little bad for her.
Well, undeath isn't always a disadvantage. But yes, you saw Johanna's Lantern of Unwilling Souls. A necromancer could create monstrous undead with that much stolen life.
Hesenkos was yelling a lot about conquering Navarra City.
We must stop her, Rook. Thank you, Manfred. Quite right. The Order's knowledge will see us through.
Hesenkos had been stopped. For now. But she had big plans for Navarra. City conquering, new ruler plans.
She's not gonna get
And
to
while
live that
she
out.
had some regrets about long-lost friendships, she knew her greatest invention was going to bring down the house.
In a little cheesy game. I figured they knew each other when his writings were up there in the mansion where they was. Emmrich discovered an old colleague inside Blackthorne Manor, the exiled Morn Watcher, Johanna Hesenkos. She had created a dangerous Fade Rift that lured in spirits so she could drain their power with an enchanted lantern. While Emmrich and the team closed the rift, Hesenkos escaped, boasting that she would use the now energized lantern to conquer Navarra City. Emmrich lamented the dark, power-hungry path his one-time friend had taken, but renewed his pledge to stop her. And since we got level 40, that means now we can start swinging down this side of the tree. So first thing we get is... I think those are our 3 heavy attacks, right? After sprint attack, use a light attack or heavy attack to follow up with an additional final attack. So you sprint and then attack, and then you use a heavy attack, and it adds that second chunky swing into it. So that's the sprint attack, and then that's the heavy attack you put on the end of it. And then here, weapon damage plus 10 and ability damage plus 10. And then here we get bonus ability damage also applies to weapon damage at 20% of its value. Bonus weapon damage also applies to ability damage at 20% of its value. And expending rage heals you for 100% of the rage spent. Very nice final 2 perks in this tree. That's only 2 points too, and I think level 50 is the max. So we'll have 8 points to dump around the skill tree when we're done to mess around with some of this stuff. We'll take a look at all that. Alright, how long have we been going for? 41 minutes. So that is a perfect spot to wrap, actually. Let's see real quick just if we have any companions to chit-chat to. We have Harden, so we'll go talk to Harden first, and then we'll wrap. Make it around 45 minutes instead of flat 40. I think Harden is the first right. Am I correct? Damn. What's going on, Harden?
Meet me in Ravane? I've got sparring practice with the lords and I could use the sea air. So could you.
You know, that sounds quite nice.
All right then. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. See you next episode, to be exact. Alrighty, everybody. That's a perfect spot to wrap up, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, then please check out the links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon with more Dragon Age the Veilguard. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.